Britain is gradually returning to normal life. As of today, 2 households or up to 6 people can meet again in parks and gardens and open uncovered sports facilities and swimming pools. Non-essential shops, that means those without goods for everyday use, as well as outdoor restaurants, are to follow on April 12th. Does the vaccination certificate come for pub visits? Prime Minister Boris Johnson said he hoped the easing will kick off a great British summer of sport. With the support of prominent athletes, the government is campaigning for people to play sports again after the month-long lockdown with contact restrictions. At the same time, he called on people to be careful. Despite the relief, everyone must continue to follow the hygiene rules and attend vaccination appointments. Johnson looks forward to going to the hairdresser again soon. But what is more important to him, I will be able to walk down the street and carefully but irreversibly drink a pint of beer in the pub, said the Prime Minister. Especially the battered pub owners should be pleased. A lot of them have closed so far. Finally, guests again after an endless doldrums. Around 2,000 pubs on the island are unlikely to survive the corona crisis. Those who made it are fully booked for months from April 12th. Discussions are currently underway about vaccination certificates for visiting pubs, theatres and churches, as well as stricter rules for entry. Transport Secretary Grant Shapps announced that from April 6th, truck drivers who stay in the country for more than 2 days will have to take a corona test within 48 hours. In Wales, holidays within the part of the country have been allowed since Saturday, but households should stay among themselves and are only allowed to use accommodation with the possibility of self-sufficiency, such as holiday homes. Foreign travel, on the other hand, is prohibited in the whole of Great Britain, and violations are threatened with heavy fines by law as of today. While tens of thousands of Germans fly to Mallorca over Easter, the British have to spend their holidays at home. Anyone who travels abroad and is caught will have to pay the equivalent of around 5,800 euros. According to the previous planning, a relaxation of the corona restriction is only in sight in May. From May 17th, foreign travel should be allowed again for the first holiday makers. Now the British government wants to push its successful course in the fight against the coronavirus even further with the use of another vaccine. I reported on this morning. In April, the first deliveries of the pharmaceutical company Moderna are expected, said Cabinet member Oliver Dowden to the BBC. It would be the 3rd vaccine to be used in the UK. And as I said, we in Germany have experience with it. It's fine, just a few side effects with people I know. To protect against new variants of the coronavirus, Great Britain is also planning a 3rd vaccination this year. Over 70-year-olds could get this booster vaccination as early as September, said State Secretary Nadim Zahawi to the Daily Telegraph newspaper. Medical staff and nurses should then also receive their 3rd dose within 10 months. 8 different vaccines would likely be available by fall, Zahawi said. He announced that drive-through vaccination centers will soon open, where you can get vaccinated in the car. We have that for testing here as well. Reports of delivery problems from India and the dispute with the EU over the export of vaccines had recently fueled concerns in Great Britain that the country could miss its ambitious goal of offering all adults a first dose by the end of July. But Johnson announced, despite the adversity, that he would stick to the planned opening course. From today's perspective, there is absolutely nothing I can read from the data that is preventing me from continuing on our path to freedom, opening up our economy, and returning to the life we love, Johnson said at an online conference with fellow party members. However, London's opening plan has one downer. Johnson admitted that, unlike previously planned, not all corona restrictions could really be lifted on June 21st. It is unclear what effects a 3rd corona wave on mainland Europe will have on the country, he said. And we will all have to see what effect that will have on everyone. This wave was caused by the virus first detected in Kent, so that's why it's called the British variant here on the mainland. And that is causing a lot of trouble here at the moment because it is more contagious and more dangerous. And so in general, we have more infections here because of this more contagious, what we call British variant. Fortunately, from my very personal point of view, I live in kind of the Asterix village a little bit. Of course, we have infected here, but we have the lowest incidence here in my hometown of the whole state. And so that's a bit of a personal relief when you're living here and taking care of people that are over 80 and now finally all vaccinated. That's we are at the stage with the next batch of people, so to speak, that are vaccinated now. And but if you have a look at the rest of the country, it doesn't look as good as in my city, and so it's still concerning. And of course, this variant is really causing troubles. So that I'm glad that we will receive far more vaccines in April than we received before, because more factories have been built. We also have factories in Germany, by the way, because it comes up sometimes that they are in Marburg, for example, as a vaccine factory, and so I'm looking a bit more optimistic in the future, even though we have these variants. Fortunately, in Germany, we don't have the Brazilian one yet, and I hope that it won't come to that. But it's still a waiting game. And I hope you have as much patience as we all need, and you get through the whole thing healthy. I caught it last year. I told you about it earlier, and still have some after effects of that I will have to work through when sports is possible here again, and then everything is going to be fine someday again. But if you want to stay informed about all these issues, please subscribe to my channel. Auf Wiedersehen.